It's your boy Samson, the bad guy, and we're back once again with another hype show, getting ready for a major event, getting ready to go down. Mid-Atlantic High School Showcase, getting ready to pop off 2 weekends in a row, April 24th and the April 30th. And today I got some guests that's going to slide through and talk to us a little bit more about that and give us a little more information. You can see the games from last year playing in the background, so you already know what type of action you're going to get and what type of live streams you're going to have pop off. The voice is going to be in the building, so you know it's going to be a lit event, man. Right now, I'm going to bring in the homie. You already know what it is. I got to bring in the bro, my guy.
Yeah.
Boyce Matthews is here with me to start this thing off. What up, bro? What's happening? How has your week been?
Man, what's crackalating is on like neck bones. I am so excited as the Unfinished Business Tour 2022 getting ready to do what it do. And a big part of that is this Mid-Atlantic Football 11v11 showcase. And we get a chance to talk about it a lot more in depth. Shouts out to my man, the commish, always doing his thing, DMV Red Zone, and all the love they show. As a part of killer collaboration with Voice Sports, the greatest additions, man, local locker room crew, all my folks with that. Shouts out to my homie, the Soul Captain. Shouts out to my man, Jarvis. What's good?
You know how we do, man. Ain't a whole lot, man. A lot of things jumped off this weekend. Been kind of busy ripping and running, but I couldn't wait to get back to do the show, man. The last show we did was epic. It was fire. I know this show is going to be fire. We already got that man that you call Double H sitting in the green room. So I'm going to go ahead and slide him in real quick. Why waste any time? We can get right to it. Double H is in the building himself.
How you doing, guys?
How you doing? How you feeling?
Look at this guy. Come on, man.
Listen, so let the folks know exactly who you are, what you stand for, and what you're doing. It's better to come from the horse's mouth than to come from one of us anyway, because who can explain you better than you?
Thank you.
It is.
Yeah. So we're the Mid-Atlantic Football Showcase. We're actually doing 3 events in April, and the one we're kind of talking about tonight, and we'll highlight the other one in a second. But we have 11v11 games, so full contact, full games in the DMV, and that's April 24th. And April 30th. So we have 4 teams. There's Team VA for our Virginia team. There's a district, which is the DC team. We got PG County, and you'll hear from that coach tonight. And then we have Montgomery County. And so they were great. You know, last year we had fantastic games. They felt like powerhouse teams, and these games are for our seniors, class of 2022, and any of those seniors that are looking for opportunity, right? Looking for financial assistance, scholarships, and so forth. And so if you're a senior, especially an offensive lineman or a defensive lineman, you're a big guy, check us out. We're at midatlanticfootballshowcase.org, and you can sign up there. So it's, I guess the one, interesting thing about it, it's free. There's no charge.
Oh, that's big. That's big. And so registration is still open now?
Registration is still open. Now there are a few teams that are filled out, so far, but
right.
Part of our mission as a group, right? I mean, I'll just tell you like who we are.
Come on.
We're a bunch of ex-football players just like you. We're a bunch of, coaches and so forth that we believe that opportunity and getting these young men an education, if we can help with that, can change lives. And that's just bottom line, that. And if there's other opportunities, for these guys, for these young men, we're going to help them out. So we are a resource now, for these young men. And that's the way we view ourselves. We're coaches, ex-football players. We were helped along the way too. And we're here to help. And we're self-funded. So we don't for the young men that join and are part of our program and register and so forth, there's nothing that you're going to be charged for. So
So the money, so that's big because you got some kids that are very talented, but they just can't afford to do showcases and things of that nature. So the fact that you're saying that, you're self-funded, that's huge. That's huge.
yeah, and we've been fortunate. Last year, my wife funded it, meaning we funded it, but we have a bunch of other guys that chipped in a little bit last year, and then this year, we have some people that have just stepped up, and they believe in the same mission we do, that that we saw last year, that there was a lot of guys that just basically need a shot, and that's the bottom line. Some people, some guys, no matter, life is life, right? We're all kind of just going through, and different things happen, and they need opportunities, and we're here to help. And that's what our mission is.
Now, the funny part about all of this is the first time we had a chance to meet up last year, we was at a youth game, and you said you had something you was working on, you really wanted to get in contact with me about. We sat down and talked, and when we came out to the football field, and I saw Commish working on it, and we had a conversation. The purpose of this show, ladies and gentlemen at home, if you have no clue, is that when you see the e-flyer for this event, you have no true clue of how many kids are really impacted by this, because again, it's free registration. Most of these kids are seniors that are looking for another opportunity to get some quality film video so they can move up to the next level.
Right.
Now, the big part about that was it was a huge number of kids last year who came out of these games and got blessings. Let's talk a little bit about that, because I know that that's a big part of this for you, and that's the main focus behind this. Is anybody can put together some games, but these games were designed to help them get to the next level. And I'm gonna let you talk a little more in depth about that, because I know you're trying to exceed those numbers this year.
Yeah. So last year, when we went into this, my background is in business, and really, I mean, I played ball in college, and football gave me an opportunity to play and did get a degree. And so, as we were kind of going into this, we had pretty modest goals of really, and I talked to, and you'll meet some of the coaches, and those are the guys that are really right. There's coaches that have been doing this for years, and I'm just kind of stepping into this now. But we just wanted one. Right? And we were fortunate. We got 30, and so 30 kids, got offers, and
Wow.
and so then we had a number of them, maybe. There's some we're still working through, 5 or 6 that then went back into private, reclassification, got their grades up, and we know of a couple of them that are now going on to college, and we're happy as could be. Like, those are great. So out of the numbers and so forth, 25% was our number that got financial assistance offers, scholarships. Yeah.
And Sampson, I know you know as much as I do how tough it is in January, February to get a lot of these seniors over the hump. A lot of them got a lot deficient in certain areas, whether it's the grades or whether they wasn't registered with the NCAA or whether they didn't understand how to get on the radar to even be seen for these things.
Or even just come from, like me, I'm from a small town area of Fauquier County, right?
Right.
Something that I've mentioned this multiple times, and I talk about it all the time. We do get talent that does go to college, but it's so far and few in between because recruiters don't come out here in the country like talking about, unless they have a kid. Like right now at Eastern View High School, we got a freshman, Brett Clatterball. He won state championship wrestling. He won a national championship wrestling. He's one of the top. They got him ranked right now as like one of the top 2, top 3 linebackers of his class.
He played with the Heat, didn't he?
He played with the Heat, middle linebacker. Yes.
I know.
He's from my hometown of Culpeper, Virginia.
Same word, son.
Dead serious. He's from Culpeper, Virginia. Right now, he goes to Eastern View. A lot of people thought he was going to go to private school, but he didn't. But so unless you got guys like that, recruiters don't come out here. They just don't. So an event like this, and that's why, sorry, I wasn't being disrespectful, but that's why I had my head down, because I was all over Facebook like, yo, if you live in my area and you're a high school student, you need to get on this live, or you need to DM me ASAP, because I got something that could potentially help you. Because again, we got so much talent out here. Yeah. I was just talking to a guy about this earlier. We have so much talent in the 703, 540. Like, we have so much talent out here, but getting recruiters to come down into this 540 area code is difficult, man. It's difficult.
And so what we do is actively, we use our network, our coaches. So we have, I think we're up to like 60 coaches.
Oh,
and these are some of the their head coaches. And they've been doing this for a long time, and they've been helping kids for a long time, and they believe in this mission. They are this, what we're doing right now. I'm helping organize it and so forth, but the core and the really the heart and soul of this group is our coaches, right? Those are the guys on the front line that are doing this day in and day out, helping kids, getting them recruited, getting their profiles, talking to them about, getting their grades up, and all of those things. When you're sometimes at a different school or a different area and so forth, then, like you said, Samson, I mean, so we've talked to 23 colleges this last week. 23.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the rosters and so forth are going out to them. They're, and the challenge, I think, for this year is twofold. One is, they're the portal. People are moving around. And so colleges are, the big ones, D1, FCS, FBS, and so forth, are more challenged, and it's more challenging to get scholarships. And but I played at D3 level, and they're really good football, really good, coaches, mentors, and so forth, and good education. And so there's a lot of D3, D2, and so forth that are coming out, and it's great. And we have to, we're just real focused on the guys, the kids, the guys that are coming out and playing.
Right.
Each one will get, is getting attention, and not cursory. We're talking,
and that's the beautiful. That's the beautiful part of it. Double H is because a lot of these coaches independently work with certain kids or a certain number of kids, but when you got 60 coaches pouring together, it's a network. A big people saying, "Hey, look, I got like 5 or 6 kids over here I'm working with, but if I can send 2 to you, can you help this one out?" And you look up, and the work gets done, and that is the change and make a difference. Now, while we talk about a lot of the coaches that's involved with it, we got one in the Chrome room we can add to the conversation that I know will be excited to be able to add to this dialogue.
Yeah.
We got Coach Allen.
So before, I wanted to mention one other thing, and that we added to it this year, is the April 16th, and you're going to have Plez. You're going to have Coach Plez come on, and we're actually we're really focused on the class of 22 that Al is going to talk about. And there's on April 16th, we're holding a combine, and that's for some of the younger guys. And Coach Plez will talk a little bit about that. And so you can sign up for the combine at the same website, and we'll have we have freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors. And again, it's free. And
wow.
Plez will talk about that. But Coach Al is one of the founding members of this and I'll just let him, talk. Just one of the greatest men that I've met, in my life, and just
Man.
what he brought, to this thing is absolutely amazing. And again, we're trying to provide opportunities. What I find amazing is, as an organization, some of us have been doing it short times, some of it has been doing this longer, and then Coach Al has been out there doing this a long time, and he knows his stuff. And actually, he's the head football coach of the PG County team, and he's the 2021 class of 2021, champ too. His team was. So he's got the trophy. He's got the trophy right now.
Now I know why you look familiar.
Listen, that's why he shunned off our little belt action earlier. Like, it's okay. That's cute. That's cute.
Man, welcome to the show, Coach Davis. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your contributions to this great event here.
First of all, I want to say thank you for having us here. It's a tremendous honor. Just to talk about a little bit about myself. I grew up in New York City. Originally, I'm from New York City, and coached football in New York City for about 20 years before I transitioned down to DC. Maybe about 20 years before I transitioned down to DC. And my background is in physical education. I attended Norfolk State University, the prestigious HBCU in Norfolk, Virginia.
Hold on, man. Hold on. What you know about Behold the Green and Gold, baby?
Yes,
you know about Behold the Green and Gold?
That's all I got to say. Behold the Green and Gold.
Well, easy, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
My
so
man,
class of 94. And my major was phys ed. And I got into coaching in 94, came home from school, came home from the military in New York City, and a friend of mine and I got together, and our neighborhood football team was kind of like transitioning from leadership. And at the very young age of 24, him and I took the position of president and vice president at that early age. And we learned step by step how to run a program. We made a whole lot of mistakes in the beginning, but we kind of got a formula of what it is to do, what we needed to do to win championships, to also have a successful program, to talk to parents, how to learn how to, just all the back office stuff. I came down to DC in 2009. I worked for a company out in Bethesda called Koa Sports. I was a program director out there for about 10 years, helped build that sports program out there. And now I have transitioned from there back to DC. And over the past 5 years, I have been the head coach of the 12U at Berry Farms Rec. And I won a championship in 2019 in the city. And then this year, it's a little ring right here.
Look. They're going to hit you with the ring. They're going to bling them. Look. It's
a little ring right here. But recently, I just took on the position of head coach at Marshall Heights for their 13U program. They're nationally ranked youth program. And I was an honor to take on that position. This is my first season with them. I'm doing spring football right now. And we're trying to, like we're here right now to do this Mid-Atlantic Classic like we did last year. And I am happy that I'm here. Hans called me last year, and I was ecstatic. I hopped on board immediately and put my team together and, won a chip and plan to do it again this year. I know it sounds a little cocky. I know Pled's going to hop on later on. And, you should see how banter.
Here come that energy.
These coaching meetings are intense with sarcasm and banter. Trust me.
They always start off with the humble, yeah, you know, kinda, and then they show the rings, and then the jibber jabber and the jabs start coming. So now you know the other coaches in the green room like, oh no, let me in now, let me in right now.
Yeah, I mean, they want to come in. You know, listen, man, it's been a long season for them, man. I
Right.
understand, you know, and they want a piece of me again, which is okay, and I'm obliged. So, I mean, you know, what we're gonna do, but it's really about the kids, to be honest with you. You know,
Right.
you know, as coaches, you always wanna win. This is
Right.
you know, it's part of.
That's basic, yeah.
You're not going to be a good coach if you don't want to win. But the ultimate goal of this program, of this event that we're doing, is to make sure that we help get kids that didn't have a good look during the season to get them 1 or 2 more extra looks before the end of the season, before this is their last football game they ever play in high school.
Right.
And to get them their looks. Last year, we I think we yielded over, correct me if I'm wrong, Hans, of like 30 offers, over 30 offers.
That's
And 2, you know, and it happens immediately. I mean, in the middle of a game, halftime, coaches coming over to me like, hey, I want to speak to this kid right here. You know, and then by halftime, my halftime speech is like, hey, Kamari just got an offer to X, Y, and Z. Let's keep going.
What more motivation do you need, right?
Yep.
That's
Man,
huge.
So what's the aspirations going into this game coming up? Man, you got 2 weekends, 2 great matchups. What's your aspirations and what's your expectations going into this now? Because I know we going to bring these other coaches in. I'm gonna give you a chance to get all clean your plate. Because I'm telling you, they can.
I mean, they know my game of football. They complained about it all season. They know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna ball control, and I'm gonna control the offense, and I'm gonna control the line of scrimmage, and I'm gonna control on both sides of the ball. And they're gonna complain that, you know, I'm not throwing the ball like I should throw the ball, but you know, I complete passes.
Oh, you went off. You see, I like that. You like me. You're old school, fundamental, 3-4 yards, cloud of dust. I don't need to get fancy with all of this. You know, no, I just need the quarterback. Show me your form, your technique, hand this thing off. If we got to throw it, we will. But
Absolutely.
if you can stop me, I'm going to continue to do what works.
And I come from that era. I was coached as a kid by a coach by the name of Rodney Schatt, one of the greatest coaches of my lifetime.
Right.
He coached at the world-renowned high school in New York City called John F. Kennedy High School. And when he coached me, we ran trap, sweep, and boot. And one of his key phrases was, you have to stop me. I don't care if you know what I'm running, you're gonna have to stop me. And I know guys are in the green room right now, they're steaming right now. And I'm just gonna say it, you're just gonna have to stop me. And believe it or not, I love to pass the ball. They think I don't pass the ball. It's just such a running offense that when I do pass the ball,
look, Double H can't stop laughing.
when I do pass the ball, completion, then I go right back to my run game.
Right.
Keep
them honest. Keep them on, running right up their chest.
And you know, and this is just, I can't. This is what this is how I coach for the last 30 years. And you know.
Hey.
You know, you can see behind me. You know,
I told you it was coming out. They always come out.
Look, there you go, the trophy case.
There go the energy.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
there go the energy. I told you it always happens, bro.
I'm not going to change what I do just because you know, it was so bad, right?
Yeah, here comes the shot right here.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a shot right here. You know,
put your guards up.
It was so bad in the middle of the game.
It's coming.
And this is against Moco in the last game, and Moco coaches in the green room. One of their kids in the game was trash talking me while I was coaching, and they were saying, "Why don't you change from that 1920s offense?"
Lord have mercy. I think we need to make this conversation a little more interesting. Let's see if Coach Pleasant is in there.
Listen, Coach Pleasant is definitely in it, and I don't think he liked what he just heard neither.
Oh,
So
no,
we're gonna bring him in and see how he feel about that. What you got to say about that, Coach Pleasant? We know you're on the way home from that good cooking. Did he just upset that food? Did he just what do you think about it? How you feel about this?
First of all, I heard the words "that bad." It wasn't that bad. Let's clear that. Let's clear the air on that. It was just slow football that was boring the kids on my team. That's you know what I mean. My guys want competition. I got DBs that's trying to get some work. My man threw the ball twice. You know what I mean? Like I got DBs that's trying to cover. You know what I mean? My man put the ball in the air twice. So the kids are just excited to make plays, and the kids are just there. You know what I mean? To really make an opportunity for themselves. And
Right.
it's just a beautiful thing because I mean the way the kid could go back and forth with all of us coaches like because we're all there for the same reason. We're all there for the right reasons to just create these opportunities for these kids. So to even have a moment like that where kids on the sideline, you know what I mean, jarring the coach to put the ball in the air, you know what I mean, and everybody knows that it's all good. Like you know what I mean, like it's a beautiful thing. Like seriously, like to have this opportunity for kids.
Right. They have to be totally dialed in to keep track of how many pass attempts took place in that quarter.
Oh, you know they dialed in, bro.
Exactly.
As a corner in one of these
So,
events,
Coach,
as a corner, I'm a former cornerback. So when he said that, I understand.
oh boy.
But as a corner, listen, as a cornerback in one of these events, the worst thing you want to go against is a strong run game that's being successful. I completely understand. But as a coach that likes power football, I completely understand getting that 3 or 4 yards of carry and just keep running it up the chest.
And to be honest with you, there was some big pops now. We had some 70-yard runs and some big touchdowns now. And I don't think it was just a cloud of smoke now.
So the lineman got the lineman got to show off.
Yes.
The lineman got a chance to showcase and show off.
Yes. Don't think it was
I
just
think you disturbed Coach Players. I think you disturbed Coach Players enough for him to shut the screen down.
His Wi-Fi got tired of hearing all that. Listen, we're gonna go ahead.
We having technical difficulties when it came to the justification of the situation. So let's go to the West. Let's go to the West. We got Anthony West in the Chrome room.
Yes, we do.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? What's going on?
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed.
Give the folks a quick rundown of exactly who you are and what you do. Because like I told Double H, better to hear it. What better way to hear it than from the horse's mouth, man? You know you better than anybody knows.
Well, a little bit about me. I've been coaching 15 years, both at the high school and the little league ranks. Hans, I coached his son when his son was a lot younger. But last year, Hans gave me a call. He said, "Hey, I want to get this game together." And me, I'm just like, "Hey, all right, let's do it." I didn't know that he was going to really, you know how people talk, but they're not really serious, you know. So he calls me the next, for the next few days. He's like, "Okay, I did X, Y, and Z, what you told me to do." And I'm like, "Oh, this guy is serious. Like, he's the real deal." So we just kind of he pulled in a group of people. We just kind of walked through because Hans he had no clue how to start this off. We kind of just walked him through step by step what was needed to make this game happen. I did not know it was going to be this successful. I didn't even know who he had as coaches at the time. I was just giving him information about the logistics and administrative portion of things, and he took it and he ran with it. So, my hat's off to him about that. He's a no-nonsense kind of guy, and the biggest thing about it, like he said earlier, it's free. And it wasn't a money grab. He put all of his money up for it, equipment, everything. So my hat's really off to that guy.
Listen, coming from the area that I come from, that free part That is huge. You're giving seniors, like, what better? Let's be real about this, right? We've all played ball. We all played high school ball, right?
Yeah.
As a senior, like, I had a lot of offers, but as a senior, my parents didn't have much money. You know, I had my mom was a stay-at-home mom. My dad was a construction worker, truck driver. So he made what he could. He made what he needed to take care of his family. So, like, we wasn't poor, but we didn't have a lot of money. So being a senior and knowing and feeling like you're good enough to play at the next level, but not having any offers, getting an opportunity like this to play in an event like this for free, that's huge, man. That's huge.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Extremely big. That's extremely big, man. That, I mean, like, that's it, man. And high school all-star games excite me anyway. Like Wayne, no, like it's almost like watching powerhouse high schools play each other. That's crazy, man.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, the kids were very excited, and so my role here. You asked me what my role is. I actually deal a lot with the recruiting side of things. I help Hines wherever he wants me to be, but I deal with the recruiting side of things. So, you know, like last year, people were thirsty for players last year because of COVID. Because of COVID. But like Hans said earlier, the dynamics of recruiting changed. Well, the landscape has changed within the last 24 months. Recruiting was always about who you know, even from the little league level. You know, like you said, oh, he played for the Heat. That name stands for something because they know it's a different quality of football that comes from that name. So
Right.
It's really all about who you know when it comes to recruiting. And at the time, the transfer portal has started really picking up, and colleges, I don't think they're ever gonna pluck from high school ranks like they did last year.
Right.
It's just changed so much. So my job is to try to make these kids as marketable as possible. A lot of kids don't know what's going on with recruiting if they don't go to certain schools. Some coaches just don't do a good job with preparing these kids. Right. They only use them for that time.
Correct.
So, you know, you got a lot of kids don't know what the NCAA clearinghouse is, don't know that you have to have a certain GPA, don't even know that there's chances outside of major D1, D2, D3 football for you to earn a scholarship, even at a prep school. So my job was to just try to get these kids to keep going. You know what I mean? No matter what, get them to the next level, especially with COVID happening. A lot of these kids didn't get a chance to play high school ball their senior years and things like that. So this was really, in my eyes, this was like a really big deal for these kids.
Listen, I gotta link up with you guys outside of this because I'm a big advocate in my area for pushing the high school kid. Like, I coached youth football for years. My background is what it is. Struggled to get into the high school coaching ranks. I've had opportunities, but the county I live in wasn't filling it. Whatever. Anyway, but I still have a lot of ties to the high school athletes in this area. And as I was talking to Double H about it, we don't get many recruiters out here. We really don't. So somebody like you, Mr. West, would be real huge and a big help with a lot of the seniors and juniors that we have around here that do have good GPAs, but they just haven't been seen.
Yeah, one of the plans, like, you know, we're a little further along than we were last year. Last year, it happened, so I think it was maybe a 60-day turnaround from the time he said he wanted to do it to when it actually happened. But now it was a little more time to plan things out. Right. Yeah, it was about a 60-day window, and for it to happen the way that it did was just huge. But now we've added the class of 22 to 25 with this combine, and he wants to expect what Hans is trying to do. He's creating this so we can take this not only to this area, but even past this area. You know, Norfolk, Massachusetts, all those different regions. We could just have the same type of platform, but just be able to do it in a different region. So, you know, if you really look into it, to get your kids or your side of the town involved, that's right up our alley.
Yeah, that's a definite, man. I got it. I mean, it's we got a lot of talent out here. We just live in
Yeah.
the area. Yeah, man. That's all.
So
Yeah.
one of the things we added this year was this combine, and I'd like Plez to kind of walk through that if he could. And so, if some of you know Plez, some of you will not, but he's like all these other coaches, he's a serious guy, and but he's also hell of a coach, and so it would be Plez, if you could walk through that, it'd be great.
Yeah, sounds good. So for the combine, I'll do an intro later. But for the combine and the expansion of this event, I mean, Hans realized that there's more kids than just the seniors that need opportunities, and I kind of got involved with this thing. I got a random email one day, and so I'm going through my emails and I see somebody sends me a message saying, "Hey, I'm creating this combine for seniors. I know it's COVID season right now, so some seniors didn't play, a lot of seniors didn't have opportunities, but I'm creating this combine so that kids can have opportunity to be seen again. And I heard about you and decided to give you a message." And for whatever reason, something just like kind of clicked in my mind or on my heart, and I ended up showing up. And I bump into Hans, and I think you guys all know, like when you run into somebody that's a good person, just like a genuine
That
good
vibe,
person, and they have that energy about them they just want to help somebody or put people in position to be successful or just to have a chance. Like you get that vibe when you talk to Hans, and it was just a blessing to be a part of it. I just remember walking on the field. There's Coach Jarrell on the field. It looked like practice had just started or had just came together. I think because I helped coach out. I coached for the MoCo team. I ended up being the defensive coordinator, and so I'm dealing with that offense. Coach Al,
Defensive coordinator. Yeah. That's why he's so salty. That's why.
Not salty. I'm excited, man.
He couldn't do nothing with
It's
it.
hard. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to get. It was hard to put guys in position because like we were a little undersized. So trying to stop the run game there was tough. I was throwing 5-6 guys on the line, but I said, "Hey guys, you got an opportunity to make a play. Go make one." So I mean, it is what it is. Kids got opportunities, but
absolutely.
But yeah, so I walked out. And I remember just walking on the field. I think it was like 14 or 15 kids for the MoCo team at the point. All the kids were trying to figure out who was the best kicker. And they're kicking the ball off the tee, and I talked to Coach Jarrell for a little bit, and he was getting ready to set up the offense, and then I started getting going, and we got a defense together in about I think this was 2 weeks before or a week before. I don't know how close it was to before the event, but we ended up putting together a defense. I'm a defensive coach at Good Counsel, so I try to put together a little bit of the things that we do over there. And it was just a blast, man, getting to know these kids and to have that experience with them on the field and to see these opportunities be created. But the combine is another opportunity where kids need exposure. And on top of that, kids need an opportunity to test themselves before they go to maybe the biggest of, I mean, there's big combines, there's big events out there where those numbers are just put on boards basically. And we wanted to create an opportunity where kids can come and figure out where they're at. And a lot of times kids don't have the opportunity to even get a laser tested 40 so that they could officially tell a college coach with confidence, hey, I'm this fast. You know what I mean? I can verify my film on the field. I can verify my grades. I may not play against the best competition or I may not be in the best area, but I do run this time. So I can run with the big boys. I can play at this level. And just but to have an opportunity where the younger guys get to come and compete and to show their talents and I really try to do my best to create the best combine that I could create. I've done I've helped out with many combines before, all the way from I think there was a combine in Bel Air. I forgot what the combine event was, but there's been a bunch of big ones. I've been running camps and combines since about 2012. This one I feel like might end up being the largest that I've been a part of, just because of the scope of coaches that we have, of people involved that are really trying to make this an opportunity for kids, a free opportunity for kids to put themselves in a position to have success on and off the field.
That's the key right there, because at the end of the day, that word free again, combine, a high school combine that is free, where you're getting the college and I guess you could say professional style combine with the laser testing and on the 40, and you got legit coaches out there testing your verticals and things of that nature. And it's free, because we all know that if you go to one of these college combines, it's not cheap.
No.
So that free is huge,
No.
man. That's
I mean,
big.
to be honest,
even in the experience.
Okay, so to be honest with you, I mean, you go. So say let's just call this kid Tim. Tim's got 5 schools on his radar that he wants to go to, but
right.
Tim has to get to these schools to go to these combines, right? So that's all right. You start with gas. Go ahead, look at the gas price, right? Tim got to go. All right, he's already got to go there first. Somebody's got to take him. Tim might be in a single family home where his mother can't take him. You know what I mean? Or we have to find an opportunity for a coach to help him. You know what I mean? Like Tim can't just get there all by himself. Then there's a fee to go to the camp all by itself, right? And then what happens if Tim shows up at a camp that he's not even being evaluated by that coach for? You know what I mean? So Tim just showed up at, you know what I mean? Tim just showed up at University of Maryland, but University of Maryland wasn't recruiting Tim. Tim might have needed to go to a different camp, or Tim might have just needed more preparation before he even decided to go to one of these camps, right? But to create the opportunity for kids to understand where they're at and what they need, and to put coaches in front of them, like myself, like Coach Al, like Hans, and we have proactive athletes who is going to be doing a piece at the combine where they're creating recruiting profiles for these kids for free, and but to have these coaches in front of them and
Right.
Obviously we're going to take the time to talk to these kids about the process and how to go through the process, and how to manage some of the back doors that you might not see that you could get through. Like, this is a back door for some kids, you know what I mean? Like we're just trying to create the opportunity for these kids. The kids they're going to do what they do. Right. And we leave it up to God. We leave it up to the kid themselves to make their own decisions in life. But to have to give somebody a chance, like what they say in the Bible, you could either give a man a fish, or you could teach a man how to fish. Right. So we try to teach kids how to fish and how to go get it, and by creating an opportunity where kid even might be able to have a chance to go to college for free or for lesser amount is a massive opportunity, and something that just needs to continue to be pushed. But I just haven't seen an event like put together like this, the way that Hans's idea has just kind of just developed into this beautiful thing, and it's and the buck doesn't stop here. It's just gonna keep going.
You definitely
I got another possible.
You definitely ain't seen it done for free. I can tell you that.
Check it out. Check this out. How about this? How about the parameters that he never had the money to go to a combine, never went to one, period. So he had no clue what the drills was in front of him. So when he did go to one, he didn't know what to do. So his numbers was damaged.
Exactly.
For free, at least he's no longer scared about it, because he knows what he's going to go through when he goes to one on the next level. So his confidence is boosted.
Correct.
Well, a good thing that we're doing is.
Go ahead, Wes.
Go ahead, Wes. I think Wayne's joining.
I was saying a good thing that one point that he just made was how the times or the drills he never did before. If a college coach asks for a certain kid's information, we have it where we have to reach out to that kid and get permission from that kid to give any test scores out. Because a lot of times, when you run a bad 40, it sticks with you.
Right.
It sticks with you. So we're getting permission to give out their times and their measurements, and that whatever their results are, you got to get permission, or we got to get permission from them, so it won't hurt that kid as much as it would if they went to Rivals and laid an egg, or went to the Under Armour camp and laid an egg. You know what I mean? So that's just something we try to put them in the best situation possible. Right. And a lot of times these kids, if they're younger kids, like I said, we're going to class of 2025. A lot of these kids don't even know how to run a 40, or know how to do these drills. So you don't want that to follow them as they going through their recruitment.
And as a performance coach, which is what I do on my day-to-day, and being at a lot of combines, I can tell you a lot of kids are not prepared to run a 40 yet. A lot of kids are really not prepared. So there's going to be a moment like for each of the groups that train where I will be breaking down some of the mechanics of how to get off the line for a 40 for a laser 40, because that's a significant change from your typical hand time where you can almost kind of get in whatever stance you like. 40, you really got to get out efficiently. So, all the drills all by themselves. Some kids really don't know how to jump, and they're out there doing the thing. I mean, but the like Wes just said, man, the exposure and the opportunity to know what I need to prepare for. Like you might get 5-10 kids out there to be like, I've never been to a camp like this, and I've experienced this, and I might not be able to afford a trainer. But at least now I know that I wasn't prepared, and I can go on YouTube and I can figure out how to be prepared, because there's a bunch of free information online that they could go and get that information for if they really want it and prepare themselves. You know what I mean? But at least they got that shock of like, ooh, I might not be where I thought I was. Ooh, I might be good on my team, but I'm not where I need to be as far as like the rest of the kids at that camp. So I need to work. You know what I mean? And sometimes just the exposure to the information and exposure to the event by itself, it'll just spark a lot. Like you've seen success stories. There's plenty of success stories of kids that didn't know any of these things, but ended up showing up on something that's just because they found a way to be there. You know
right.
what I mean? And they ended up with an opportunity or ended up in the NFL and things like that. So if we can just create an avenue or opportunity for a kid, man, it's a beautiful thing.
Facts. Especially with the way
This is what we're gonna do. Coach Davis, we got you 2 minutes. Give you 2 minutes. Do you have a message to the players and the coaches that's about to participate in this event? You got 2 minutes. Fire off, bro.
Let me see. Wayne the Voice trying to put the battery in my back. But I'm just gonna say
that's what I do.
I'm just gonna say I'm excited about this opportunity for these kids that haven't had the opportunity to showcase their talents during the season the way they plan to. Now it's time to get out there, whether you are offensive lineman, defensive lineman, a D-back, a receiver, any skill position, to go out there and do your job. And this is what I told them. I'm going to tell them right before the game. I'm going to say, listen, some of you, this will be the last time that you will strap up and put equipment on. You've been playing all your life. Some of you will never, ever put equipment on ever again. Today is the day that everything you've learned from youth football to high school football should show on the football field, and you leave it all on the field.
He about to have somebody run through a wall.
I tell players after I said that lesson, it was nothing he could do defensively.
Hey guys, let's put 8 on the line.
Yeah, hey, Coach Players. Now, Coach Players, you got 2 minutes. Now, mind you, I know you're out there good counsel, so you got a couple of primetime players from Voice Sports out there. Shouts out to my man C.D. Douglas, my man Lil Mayo, and you got my man coming out there this year now, and Malachi Barr. You got a whole lot of studs coming your way.
You must be a Hamilton. You must be a Hamilton coach. You a Hamilton coach, ain't you?
No, I'm not a Hamilton coach, baby. I'm an announcer. I move around the world, baby. I move around the world. I get down. I know Heat players. I know everybody.
You know it all. Yeah.
I'm Uncle Veezy. Yeah, I'm Uncle Veezy. I'm the troublemaker.
Hey, it says Wayne.
So Josh,
voice, you know what I mean? I got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Fire off.
2 minutes. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I had a kid. I have this is a very unusual story. I had a kid of Arabic descent. You don't see those guys play football a lot, but this kid had played for a local high school. He played for a local high school that he played wide receiver. He was a hard worker. He's a kid that trained with me. He was a hard worker. Always showed up. Always gave his best effort. Took a long time to develop him. Started playing football late. Was a guy that was trying to work just to figure out the culture of football and the culture of coaching in football and figure out how he operated in that entire field. But he really didn't have a lot of opportunities to make plays in high school. I contacted this kid about 4 days before the event, before the first game, which means he had time to make it to 2 practices. My man says that he would love an opportunity. He didn't know that at this point he wasn't sure that he was going to be playing football at all anymore. He thought football was a wrap and he was going to hang up the cleats, and he thought that it was over for him. He shows up at this event. Comes to practice, practices hard, does his best, gets along with the teammates, makes a couple plays. At the end of practice, he's texting me, asking, "What can I do better? How do I fix this? How do I fix that? I know I haven't played that much defensive back, but if I have to, what do I need to change?" And I just told the kid, look, I'm gonna give you all the tools, and we talk about all that stuff. I just said, I just want you to just have fun and go out there and do the best you can, because this may be your last opportunity. But I just want to make sure that you have an opportunity to be out there. Anyway, the game comes, or the 2 games come, and this kid goes out there. And he makes a couple plays. I think he makes like 4 or 5 catches over the 2 games. And he was attacking the ball in the air as a receiver. He didn't play much DB, but he got plenty of reps at receiver. And it was kind of like the other kids respected that he was talented and also didn't have an opportunity. And they it's funny how the kids kind of like cheered for themselves on the sideline and pushed themselves out there. Anyway, my man finds himself making a couple plays in the game. And after the game, I'm talking to a coach from Alderson Brothers University, and the coach says, "Hey, where's that kid? I want to say his number was 5. I'm not sure, but they said, 'Hey, where's that kid?' I don't think it was number 5. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. But he said, 'Hey, where's this kid? I want to go talk to this kid. Or can you have that kid come talk to me or whatever?' I don't say nothing to the kid. I just say, 'Hey, Coach so-and-so over there from Alderson Brothers University wants to talk to you.' Right? So he goes over and talks to the kid, and then he comes back over and says, 'Thank you, I appreciate that.' About 2 weeks later, I hit him up. I just asked him how he's doing. And I said, 'Yo, what's going on? What's next for you? Tell me what's going on.' He said, 'Coach, I'm going to Alderson Brothers on a scholarship. Thank you for the opportunity.' You know what I mean? And that could be any kid that's hearing this, watching this, to any kid that shows up at this event. And to have a moment like that, have an opportunity like that, it's just a beautiful thing. And I'm proud to be a part of this. I'm proud to have an opportunity where kids can leave it all out there on the field and give themselves a last chance or a last ditch opportunity. And I'm proud to be at the forefront of the combine, and to educate guys and to give them the exposure that they need and the chances to fail that they need so that they can continue to move forward to the next level.
How do you follow up a story like that? Boy, if anybody can do it, it had to be Coach West, man. Coach West, what you got? Give me 2 minutes. You got me ready to cry.
I'm not coaching. I'm just here to help. But I mean, players just said it all. It was a beautiful thing. See, for Hans, he had never seen anything like that before. But for us, we've been coaching for years, and we don't sit there and brag about who we get into school, because like players got all kinds of Division I DBs in school, and I'm sure Al does as well, because they've been coaching a long time. My 2 kids actually train with players, and he's a great guy, great trainer. And for Hans, he still always talks about how amazing it was to see a kid get a scholarship like right there. He always talks about that, like, wow, I've never seen that before. And it's just an amazing thing. It's an amazing event. So I would just say, for you kids that think the door is closed or think the opportunities are not there, definitely reach out to us. Definitely, because even if you don't play with us, we're still willing to help you. We're still willing to help get you to where you need to be if you're serious, because time is money. Time is money. And so if you're serious about going to the next level, and we can help you, We got a bunch of coaches that are in our, we got a lot of Coach Al's team is full of head coaches. full of head coaches that know a lot of people. So if you need some help getting recruited or just trying to understand how the recruiting ring works, just reach out to us. We're on Twitter and we're on Instagram.
Well, I want to be the first to say thank you to all you coaches, Coach Davis, Coach Pleasant, and Coach West, for what you contribute and bring to this great event, the Mid-Atlantic Football 11v11 Showcase. And Hans, I want to give you the chance to close us out. And along with your final thoughts on things, please, I want you to give out the contact information and the website for those who may be watching that didn't know about it, had no clue, maybe saw the e-fly, but now they know what it's about, want to get in contact with you.
Thanks, Wayne. Yeah, the website is midatlanticfootballshowcase.org. And so you can go there and just check it out. You'll see some of the photos, and Samson has some of the games up. There's the hopefully the commish is coming on, and that he'll talk a little bit about the live streaming, the filming, and so forth that's taking place there. But it's so you can go there, check out the website, sign up. The combine's on there, and you just register. If you register, we're going to take care of you. And I would close out by saying this is, there's a lot of opportunities here. The depth of the thought and so forth that have been put into this from these coaches like Plez, like Coach Al, like West. This is a pretty serious group. All the coaches in this have been, very thoughtful, directing how we do this specifically, and you have a network really for the guys that sign up now, the guys that are part of this. I've always said the football network is a big deal, and that's one of our primary missions as well, is to expand that network for these guys, for these young men that are coming up. They need a network, and we're here to help. Right? If they need, it's complicated. Knowing like the recruiting process to what is the best way to do things. If you need to learn how to be a DB and you don't understand, well, we have Plez. I mean, there's, if you're thinking about, the overall kind of, game, or have other dreams that you're pursuing, and maybe football is it. Coach Al has done some amazing things in his life. He's not just a football coach. There's a lot more there. Coach West, same thing, and all of these guys, and Wayne, Sampson, you guys have been really good, also to us as, I've been reached out and asked, how do we do this? How do we do that? There's a huge network here that these guys can now tap into and help them out, whatever it means. So,
hey, can I say one thing?
It's a pleasure to have you guys on the show. Come on.
Hey, I guess
Go ahead, play.
if I had a final piece, I'll say this: we are here. We are coaches. We are all ex-football players, and football has given us opportunities in life and given us mindsets that we've taken into our lives. And has created so much for us in our lives, and we're all here to give back to the game and give back to the game that gave so much to us. And we're here for the community because we care. We're here because we love the game. We here because we love what the game can do for us and provide opportunities for these kids. I'm proud to be on staff with this amount of great coaches. Like, I'm proud to be a part of something where a kid can have an opportunity like this. And if you're a kid and you're watching this, or your parent, you're watching this, and your kid is not hearing this, I mean, or if you think this is like dumb, or you think this or this is just another event, like you're crazy. Like this is the next opportunity for you to figure out where you're at. This is the next opportunity for you to fail so you can figure out how to have success. This is the next opportunity for you to take the next step to move forward, and for this to be a free event, and for you to just skip past this one. If you have the time and you skip past this, you're tripping. Please let us help you. Please just let us give you the opportunity so that you can move forward on your path and get some guidance and get some direction towards where you want to go. And that's our mission here.
You see, Wayne, he said it nice, because I'd have found that if you got the time and you're a freshman to a senior and you got the time to either play in this game or go to this combine and see where you're at to make a decision, if you got the time to do it and you can't take the time to sit on the phone or a computer that you're sitting at any damn way and just go on there and register, you don't do that, you borderline dumb. You don't need to go anyway. It just is what it is.
What more can you do? What more can you do? You lay it all out.
What more can you do for somebody? You're bringing in the coaches. You're bringing in the college. You're bringing in the best coaches you can bring in. You're bringing in the college recruiters. You're giving them an opportunity to get offers. You're putting together a combine that they would have to pay $130 to go to like he said, pay $130 go to a school that ain't even recruiting you. Just give them the money because they don't care about your numbers anyway. Like, what more can you ask for, bro? Like, what more can you, as a high school football player who's not getting any looks or offers, who has the GPA, who has the athletic ability, what more? All you got to do is register, then get in the car and show up. What more could you ask for, man? It don't get no easier.
Man, I appreciate you, Coach Players. I appreciate you, Coach West. And Hans, I know we talk all the time, but make sure you tell Miss Linda I said thank you for tolerating me in all my messages I send.
Will do.
Boy, oh boy.
Will do.
I know I'll be blowing her phone up. You guys be good. I look forward to seeing you guys on the 24th and the 30th.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah, have a good night.
My man. Great job. Great job, guys.
Be blessed.
Man. Sans, come on, man. What more can you say? What more can you say, bro?
Man. Listen, what like in all honesty, what more can you ask for, Wayne? Listen, if I'm a senior, if I'm a freshman, sophomore, or a junior, and I know that there's a free combine coming in the DMV, literally no matter where you live at the most an hour away from you, and all your parents got to do is sign up, and you show up and you show out and do what you've been working on almost all your life. That's all you got to do. Come on, bro. If you're
playing against comp from comp in 4 different places.
You a senior and you ain't got no offers, but you got the GPA. You just don't have no offers, and you get the opportunity to sign up, register, and go play and showcase your talent, and you don't do it. Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Now look, as awesome as the Mid-Atlantic Football 11v11 Showcase is, we still got a great conversation to be held about Battleground.
Oh, he's in the Chrome room.
And a lot of camps and combines that take place. That's my brother like no other. We got to bring him in and talk to my man Kurt Love.
Hey, listen, I'm about to bring him in. Battleground is in the building.
Hey, so y'all see it, right? Y'all see it, right? Samson, you see it, right? Hey, look, I told Wayne I queued it up all ready for everybody. I wanted you to see that it is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, the 1st to the 3rd, East versus West. You see all of the information right there. Look at what the players received. They put two full games, full uniform, compression top and bottom, fun park pass. Y'all already know how we do. We got to have fun with the kids. Hey, then they get a nice bag to put all of that drip and gear in there. I didn't put it on that. I was going to save it, bless them, but I'm going to give it to them. Hey, I'm going to just let everybody know on your show right now that we're going to bless them with a bag as well in the player package. Now,
and they get the professor.
Man, hey, listen, we didn't need, but look, the professor doing this thing. I wanted everybody just to see that before they see my face. Because they done
Come
seen
on
my
now.
face enough, Wayne. They done
Come
seen it
on.
enough. They know who I am, man.
You the Quickie King.
He said you can't say you don't know. He already showed you. How you gonna tell me you don't know about it? Before you seen him, you seen it. Before you seen him, you seen it. So how can you say you don't know?
Yeah,
Can't you say now? You know we're gonna talk about this more in depth as we get closer to that, right? You know we're gonna have to have this conversation again.
Man, you already know we gotta have a conversation again, man. Y'all, listen, man. Samson, what's good, man?
What's happening, homie? You know, listen, I watch you every morning, Mike. My mom used to watch Oprah. Every time I get the notification to say Curtis live, I go reach for my coffee cup, or better yet, I go reach for my body armor, and I sat back and watch him go to church, preach.
Man, listen, they don't understand. But before we get to that, man, listen. What we doing right now, because we had a family emergency, so I wasn't able to do the show at 7:00. So actually, what we're doing is this is the intro to Battleground Live, right? So not only you get two shows in one, because as soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna jump on the actual Battleground page and do the show from the Battleground page. But I wanted to show some people these things right here, right? And I'm hoping that you can show this. It's a slide in the studio. It's already prepped up, ready for you guys. I don't know how to do it from there. Oh, gosh, there it goes.
Come on now. Listen, come on now.
These are some of the new commits, man. Y'all already see some of these kids. Like this one right here, Bentley Simmons. Man, the video on this kid, catch all hands. Look, very, very good route. Getting a lot of training, man. This is going to be one to watch out for. Moses McDougal, man, from Pickerington, Ohio. He's already been to several.
That name sounds familiar to me.
He's a dog, man. He's a dog in the middle, man. Ohio is bringing a lot of big, great linemen play.
Yo, like 4'8", 99, second grader.
Yes.
Sheesh.
He going
just
to
like that. Man, look, here we go. Boom. Taz.
Yeah.
Man, Wayne, you already know this kid, man. Look,
come
Justin
on, man.
McMillan.
How often do you see a quarterback and a DE?
Listen, I've only seen it once before my whole time coaching, and that's my quarterback, AP Hall, for our 13U team. He now plays 7-on-7. That's what he played, quarterback and did, and I thought it was rare. Now I see it is rare because this is only the second person that I've actually seen do it.
Hey, bro, your screen is not broke. At 5'3" and 175 pounds, he fits both for a DE, but at quarterback.
Look, Taz can absolutely throw the rock, man. And please, I've got plenty of film, and I've shown it to everybody. Man, there go my baby. That when he hits you, he hits you. Like, I hate to see kids go around his end, I promise you. Hey, man, new kid to the family, but he's got all the intangibles, man. Caden Antonopoulos, man, from Trinity, Florida, man. Seen film on this kid. I've seen this kid before they showed me film at the Elite Talent Showcase down in Florida. Man, kid is ready to go, man. Already certified. He looking for more work. So we here to give him more work. This is a new one. Don't know much about this kid, but I've seen the
Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas.
You ain't in Kansas no more.
Looking at the film, kindergarten now. This is his actual size and weight in kindergarten.
4'1", 95-pound kindergartner. Man, listen.
Brandon Jacobs is who he reminds me of when he runs the football.
I bet.
Man, look, everybody, he's the big man, one of the biggest kids out there. It's like, and he runs the rock. It's not like he's just a big kid that just, ain't nobody can tackle him. I mean,
he has running back abilities. He has running back capabilities.
Absolutely, man. So we had to snatch him up. Listen, look at that. Look at that.
Moore, yep.
4'1", 102-pound first grader.
Quarterback and linebacker. I'm like, man, I had to call, and I seen the film, and I was like, man, hey, first grade, is he a quarterback for real, a linebacker? He running sideline to sideline. Like, he's one of the more athletic kids out there, man.
I don't have to tell you how cerebral this kid is. As a quarterback and a linebacker, he knows what the linebacker reads are. But as a quarterback, so when he's playing linebacker, he knows what the quarterback's reads are.
Facts.
Man,
Jordy.
And listen, so I like, not meaning to cut you off, Curtis. The thing I like that you keep saying, that you don't hear a lot of folks say when they run these type of events is you keep saying the word film, not word of mouth, the film.
Oh, yeah.
Man, look, we do something that Wayne always has said since the very first day I met him about 5 years ago via Facebook.
Do your due diligence.
And he asked me about my event. He started saying, do your due diligence. It's something that I was already doing, but I didn't put it in the context. I didn't have no words for it. It's just something that I was doing. But ever since he said that, that's been a phrase. I adopted that phrase. I always tell people, do your due diligence. And I always reference Wayne when I say it because, man, like, you have to do that, man.
Right.
Parents want, look, one thing I figured out about doing these camps, they either want a camp or they want a game. They really don't want both. Now,
right.
I was doing both out of necessity because we'll get back to that. I'll get back to that. But
that's a whole nother sermon.
Oh God. But this kid is the absolute goods. Cameron McMillan with the golden arm. Yes, everything, he has grown since the last time I seen him, which was at Summer Showcase last year. Cameron was about 5'11", true to size, because I'm 6'1". So I know he's grown. So, hey, these are his stats. And he was already a big kid.
Jeez.
Yeah. Hey, look, and I'm talking about he has been to multiple battleground events. And the maturity of Cam, him and his brother always gets training. They've been training since they've been young at the quarterback position. But it's been great to see his progression in his development every single time he comes back to camp. How he moves the pocket, him throwing the deep ball. And I mean, I'm talking about, we talk about 6'2", 195, 8th grade, true 8th grader. And we talking about throwing 60 yards down the field, man.
Right.
We talk about 60, 65 yards on the fly. He's ready to go. And then a lot of people in South Carolina want this kid, man. Oh, man, listen.
Oh, boy.
You see that, right?
Boy, you see the combinations? Yeah. I think this slideshow was rigged. He put some straight diamond studs in this joint. As you got another quarterback and linebacker combo at 5'5", 120.
Well, I will say this. This is a typo. He's a running back and linebacker.
I'm about to say that can't be righteous. You got a lot of quarterbacks in them.
Yeah, but listen, you gotta look at them grades though. Hey, 8th grade. Yeah. Hey, but we have, and one thing about our game is what we do is we always take 2 quarterbacks and we have what we call the athlete position, which is we use it for a third quarterback, that or somebody that has a background in quarterback. So they all battle it out, and at the end of camp, each coach has to give me a depth chart. So they have to label their number 1, their number 2, and then that athlete kid, they can put him wherever they need to.
Right.
Now, if the athlete kid wins QB1 or QB2, then the third quarterback, he just got to kind of sit there and wait his turn, or he has to go and find another position.
Right.
But what we don't want to happen is have not enough quarterbacks, only have 1 quarterback, because anything can happen in the game of football.
Right.
We've had events where I had 3 quarterbacks and 2 of them get hurt, can't even throw the ball. So I'm stuck with 1 quarterback. And you know that we just try to prevent everything we can and not have over, like, let's say over recruit. I'm gonna just use that for
there you go. That's a very good term.
We don't want to
Because
over
again,
recruit.
if you over recruit, then now it saves you a lot of those conversations when they say, "Well, my son didn't get enough snaps, or he didn't get enough touches." So I know you always limit your roster to 22 to 25, just to eliminate that issue, so everybody get ample time. How'd you structure this one this time? I know you got to trick up your sleeve, Claude.
Man, same exact way, man. That's the best formula. Everybody has to have, including the quarterbacks. If they only have quarterbacks only, hey,
Right.
listen. I always encourage parents. Look, if they can play another position, put them at that, because the object is to get film and to get exposure. So if they don't win the quarterback position, they're not just sitting there waiting their turn.
Right.
Now, the way we do it is, QB1 has the entire first quarter. QB2 has the entire second quarter. After halftime, the coach has the ability to make any and every lineup change after halftime. Everybody wins their position battle is there for an entire half. So if we have 23 kids, then 22 of those positions will be filled, and we'll have a whole 11 and a whole 11 on offense and 11 on defense until after halftime. After halftime is because it's the coach's decision on who plays where. Now, this gives the ability for everybody to showcase their skills and still the ability to come out and win, because nobody just wants to just come and just showcase.
Right.
Competitors compete. They want to win. And coaches, they want to win. So this gives everybody a little mixture of both, right?
Correct.
And so, it is crazy how these things always work. In this game, we'll even take a few more, especially on the national team. Now, if I go back here, I want to explain these cards for a second. As you can see, we've got right here. You can see that we have the game, information showcase, July 1st through the 3rd, deadline June 1st, free to register, and we've got our registration site. Directly in the middle, you've got all of the information, positions on offense and defense, size, height and weight, and grade.
I'm looking at this word though. I'm looking at this word on here that seems to be the theme for the night. And I just had to ask this question because I don't know if Sam's seen it. But the part right here under the red where it says deadline June 1st, it says free to register.
Hey, listen, here we go.
Is that a theme for the night?
Listen, I get this question often, right? After they see it's free to register, they say, well, how much I got to pay to sign up on the website? It's free. All they have to do is just register. Just go on the website and register for the event. You get all of the information after you register. Because a lot of games you can't even register your kid if you don't pay.
Correct.
Right.
You have to pay.
But also you got the grades and the film submission, right?
Yes. Directly after you register, that's the next thing we ask for. We ask for a picture. We ask for a birth certificate or ID. And we ask for the last report card on file.
There you go.
A lot of times.
So before you even take a dime, you're doing your due diligence. You want to see if the kid is even worth planning your event before you take it.
Hey, absolutely. And even on our registration form, it tells you that those are the things that we are looking for. And what we're doing is, man, we're part of the process. Everybody wants to talk about the process.
Right.
And we are just trying to make sure that kids are prepared for the process. This is a prerequisite of what you have to do in middle school on up. Because once you get middle school, your middle school year starts scholastic football. It starts your scholastic career. That means you have to maintain grades in order to play.
Right.
In recreation football, you can fail everything, and if parents feel like they need to be out there playing, they'll let them continue to play.
100.
And unless you have somebody that's going to say nah and have some kind of fortitude about what they're trying to do for the youth, they'll continue to let these kids play and play and play. And it carries over, and now they get into middle school, they're ineligible. They get into high school, they're ineligible. And then next thing you know, we've got kids on the street doing the gang banging thing, or they looking for other options because what they love to do, they are unable to do. Now,
you set the tone early.
And what's crazy is this is a big topic that I like to always talk about is in our culture, the African American culture. Let's talk about testing. And you know what kind of testing I'm talking about? We're talking about learning deficiency testing. Let's because I worked in education for now I coach in high school longer than I actually worked in the educational field inside the school. So I've got 17 years of coaching experience, but I've only worked inside of the school for 9 years. But what I learned is our culture does not like to get any kind of test. It don't matter, a COVID test, a GED it don't matter. We don't like to get tested. It is what it is. But we'll do whatever we got to do to get around that test. But what really hurts us is something that I didn't even know when I was first started education. I didn't know what these things were. Like 504 plan. The 504 plan, that is something with learning deficiency students or behavioral students. And we got all kind of programs, PBIS systems, just a myriad of things that can help your student. All you have to do is go up to the school and ask. And you can see that you can get these things as soon as they start school in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, to where you're no longer struggling, fighting with your kids. You can put them on a plan to help them in these schools, and it's federally funded. And look, these schools, once your kid gets on one of these plans, they have to abide by it. So they have to give you certain things such as extra testing time or verbal testing where they have to read to it. And there's so many other things that you can tailor. It could be student specific. It's not just one size fits all. It's everything is always tailored to the student's learning ability. And for us as African Americans, man, look, sometimes we might have he's God-given talent to on a field of a court, but he just doesn't. He can't get those 80s and those 90s.
Can't get right.
75 is the highest that he can go. But because we've never got this kid tested or never got him evaluated, because the same things that you do out in all of these great combines, you're getting evaluated. You don't like to get mentally evaluated, even without mental health.
You don't know if they're dyslexic or have different learning disabilities that prohibit them from getting those higher scores because, like you said, they don't want to get tested. So again, you got to do your due diligence to find out why.
And see, these actually carry out over into colleges.
Right.
Colleges have these same things. So that's how you've heard the stories in the street, because the street talk, man, that boy dumb as a box of rocks. But how you going to university of such and such? Well, if you did a little research, you probably on a IEP. 504 is behavioral. IEP is learning. So he might be on an IEP and a 504 plan. So that means he has a learning disability, and his behavior, his learning probably affects his behavior. So now, guess what? They have things, it's documented, they have it in place. Hey, okay, well, we got some reason that this boy need to be on the field because we can get him the help that he needs. Here, we can get him tutoring. We can have.
You know what, man? Did you say that? I had a couple of guys that I went to school with that always was an issue, and then they got tested and they found out they had these issue with their focus. So my man and them used to take Adderall. He had a prescription to take Adderall. I mean, like, yo, he pop a pill, and that man will read a whole book in like 2 days. He's like, yo, is it that serious?
Last week, you couldn't even write your name on the paper twice.
Right.
Whole damn book.
But as soon as you go get tested, you find out.
You find out. Correct.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I had a homie that was dyslexic. You know, no matter he look at something and the letters to him the letters was jumbled. That's like, what's wrong with you, bro? These things are great topics to bring up because a lot of these kids, if you nip it in the bud now, they got time to work their way through them in that middle school to high school realm before they even get to college, man. That's a powerful angle right there, Kurt.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, man. Because I've mainly worked in an economically challenged, and I will say that, district in school environment. I'm always and I've been in both. Don't get me wrong, I've been in both, and I've been in a lot of situations over these 18 years. But you know, well, this would have been 18, but I took a break. So over 17 years. I've been in a lot of situations, in different situations, and seen both ends of the spectrum, the high and the low. And when I speak and when I do my events, when you are able to speak in layman terms, where everybody can understand, the biggest word in education nowadays is inclusion. So when you can include everybody, then guess what? Nobody's left out. Because if they left out, that's on their own fruition. That's not on me, because I've given you everything that you could possibly need. All of the information that you guys share. Guess what I do? As soon as you shoot it, boom, I send it right back out. Hey, that's what Voice Sports does. That's what we do. That's why we are great. And I am grateful that I'm a part of the family.
Man, it is a beautiful thing.
I definitely know that vibe, bro.
You know, it's crazy, man. When go ahead, Wayne.
Let's talk a little bit about some of these camps and combines. I know you got a lot of stuff going on all over the place leading up to the event.
Oh my goodness. So listen, as you can see, Camp Columbia, man, this is a fundraiser for the Columbia Knights, man. We will be in Columbia, South Carolina.
Fundraiser.
Seven Oaks Park. All right. On 200 Leisure Lane. All of the things that you see, you see the 40 time up there, the 100, the 5, 10, 5 shuffle, L drill, 1 minute push up, because we don't have weight. So, you know, we can't do the 225.
Correct.
We go do 1 minute of body weight. Hey, the broad jumps, right? That's all the camp measurable stuff that we do right out the pot. Then we go into positional development. Hey, we have 30 minutes of offense, then we go into 30 minutes of defense, where we split the kids up. Some of the kids will be on offense, half will be on defense. Hey, we blow that big whistle at the end of 30 minutes, we switch them over. Hey, after that time, we go directly into our 1v1. Listen, the 1v1s was crazy in Jacksonville. Let me tell you, it was really crazy in Jacksonville. The little kids was getting it in. And then directly after that, now, all of this, the spring full contact game is predicated on if we have enough linemen. We didn't have enough linemen for Jacksonville, but we had a 7-on-7 tournament all the way through. Originally, the 7-on-7 was only supposed to be for the 9th through 11th graders, and the full contact was K through 8. But hey, look, we made a modification because we didn't have enough linemen, and everybody was included into the 7-on-7 game tournament. And we got in there. We taught the younger groups what 7-on-7 was about, how to play zones, how to guard a man. And then on the older groups from about that 4th grade on all the way up, man, they was slap getting it in, man. A lot of great kids, interceptions, passing touchdowns, great zones, dropping back in zones, playing good man-to-man coverage. So it was really, really informative for all of the parents who didn't know. A lot of the parents didn't even know.
Was.
Yeah, exactly. They had no idea. And like, well, man, maybe my kid really need to play a little bit of flag and 7-on-7 when they ain't doing nothing. And they do. They absolutely do, man. 7-on-7 helps the development of the passing game on offense and defense. And
Correct.
I can get into that, and I ain't going to.
Yeah, that's another sermon.
But for Columbia camp, we don't have enough linemen. We already emailed out all of the parents, and people are still registering because they still want to be a part of the camp because we still are having camp.
Across the board, it's been an all call for linemen because I guess with everyone in the spring focusing so much on 77, the linemen just go into hibernation for some reason, and I feel like that's something that's going. A lot of teams and a lot of states are going to pay for it in the fall.
Oh, absolutely, man, and it's not like we're not calling for linemen. I mean, I guess the parents don't believe that it's worth it because we've struggled in my area. Now, 7-on-7 has grown in my area, but as far as lineman training, we were actually supposed to have, for my organization, Coastal Elite, we were supposed to have a 7v7 team and a lineman team. So when we go to 7-on-7, they have linemen. They have lineman challenges. We couldn't get any linemen out. We had one lineman in 4 weeks.
I'm gonna have to get you with my man Sudan Ellington. I'm gonna get you with Sudan, and because he has an awesome concept for 5v5 that's designed for linemen.
Hey, definitely do that, man. Because I know
getting with you about that. I'm glad that came up, but.
Man, definitely, because right now I'm one of my battleground coaches who is doing this thing, man. Shout out to Overdrive Academy, man. His lineman camps are getting full by the day, man. And he's like one of the few guys, and he goes between Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina,
right?
Training kids, man. But it's just across the board, man, lineman parents just don't see the object of it. And I keep trying to tell them, like, yo, you do know those two tackles out there make just as much as the quarterback, right?
Fact.
I tell them look at the first round of the draft. Yo, you worry about what quarterback going first, but them linemen,
man,
get them checks.
Those two tackles in that center. Oh my God!
I promise you, that's what I was getting ready to say. I promise you, if you look on majority of the rosters in the NFL, them tackles in that center is in that top 5, top 10 highest paid on every roster.
Every roster, yep.
Man, let's hit our other camp, man. Let's hit the other camp. Because registration. Now, for Columbia, registration is open. We're gonna take up walk-up registration so you can still sign up for the Columbia camp. But hey, this one is on Memorial Day. I have not had an opportunity to post up the boy sports on this one, but hey, we're gonna have the professor in the lab right at the Savannah camp as well. He's gonna be doing this thing with the lab and just announcing, talking to kids, and
I see this is K through 11th grade.
Hey, listen, and all of our camps have been K through 11th grade. And the great thing about this camp is we're actually going to have junior college recruiters out there looking at kids for those 9th through 11th grade. And that's so dope. The structure for this and for all of the camps were supposed to be K through 8th grade was, all of the stuff that we talked about and the contact game, the spring contact game. And then 9th through 11th grade was supposed to be all of the camp stuff, the 1v1s, and then we split up everybody on teams for the 7v7 tournament, and then the lineman challenge. So it's really imperative that people, not just like me, but the last gentleman and the last group that was on here, they have things for you signed up. And you guys just got to go. Just go. That's betting on yourself. It's free. It's a camp. That is betting on yourself. But there's a lot of people out there like, oh, they're going to hem and haw because they don't see the value in anything free. if it's free, it must be trash. It ain't well ran. But they'll pay a bunch of money to go and get the same thing you could have got for free because they didn't do their due diligence, like Wayne always say. I'm just
gotta do your
shrug it off. Yeah.
You gotta look. You gotta listen. You gotta do your research. You gotta do your due diligence.
How about the dumbest? Yeah, the dumbest thing. How about you sign up and because it's free, you don't show up?
Man, listen. You talking about driving an hour? Let me tell you this. Rival, which is everybody knows Rival, and 247. They have been offering free camps. The pandemic changed a lot.
Yes.
Right.
I remember when college camp were only invite only. Kids could only go to any college camp if they got an invite. Then with that invite, or really a coach's recommendation. Then with that invite, you had to pay about $150 to go to these college camps. Right? So here comes the pandemic. And look, we continued to travel during the pandemic. Hey, now pandemic, dang near every camp was like $20 for it. Nothing was out of the way. I think the most expensive camp that I seen in 2020 was like $50, right? So then the colleges found out, well, hold on, wait a minute. We talk about fundraising because really college camp holding camps and stuff is just fundraisers for the program.
Correct.
And it's a way to see kids too. So you get a bunch of kids
two birds
there.
with one stone.
Exactly. So it's like, hold on, wait a minute. We only charged 20 and we got way more, and we saw more kids. So now, guess what? 2021 was the same way. We traveled. Hey, look, me, my son, and my teams, everybody I was associated with, and we traveled up and down the East Coast in a 6-hour radius. 1-day trip. And we went to like 5 camps for under $150.
Yeah, listen, they were jumping on Twitter because I follow Twitter for high school stuff. And William and Mary, $65 2-day camp. JMU, $65 2-day camp. Man, I can't remember the name. There's another one right up the street from here. Frostburg State, $65 for a 2-day camp. You are 100%. I mean, they were all over Twitter for dirt cheap, man. You do the combine stuff on Saturday, 7-on-7 on Sunday.
Absolutely. And then Rivals has a free camp. I just sent my son. It was the same day as Camp Battleground in Jacksonville. I sent him to Charlotte, 4 hours away from our house, to attend the free Rivals camp. If he goes to Atlanta from where we live at, that's still 4 hours. He signed up for the Atlanta camp. Every opportunity for exposure and to get better and to work, that's where we're going to go. That's what we're going to do. We've already got things lined up for, out of my Coastal League. We're going to attend the Shane Beamer camp. That's 2 hours away. It's in Columbia, South Carolina. University of Florida is 4 hours away. Georgia Tech, they're all 3-4 hours away. Savannah State is right here in Savannah. And you got Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern is 30 minutes away. Always, man. One thing I can tell parents right now. Start close. Quit. You don't have to go to big camps to get your name on the board. I promise you. As soon as you start getting letters of interest from these colleges, guess what's going to happen? Then the next college is going to jump on. And the next college. And you're going to get that bigger letter. And that bigger letter. And that bigger letter.
My cousin Blake told me that. He said whenever somebody in a conference would offer him from a conference that hadn't already offered him, as soon as he got a letter from that one team in that conference, when all those other teams seen that, they was like, okay, wait a minute. They're going after him. We got to go after him. So he would get other letters from that conference. Yeah. He said that's exactly how it went down, man.
Absolutely. But you can only do that if, how we say it out here in the street, if you go outside.
You got to go outside.
You got to go outside, baby.
You can't be seen sitting in the house. Don't nobody live with you. You got to go outside.
And to my parents, man, I've been saying this, and y'all too know, it's a two-way street. The internet is too big. Use it for its intent and purpose.
Correct.
Scholarships just don't fall on coaches.
Right.
They fall on parents too.
Correct.
So get your butts. Hey, y'all spend a lot of time doing a lot of things out there. Hey, how about you start hitting these keys just like your kids? And kids, you got that huddle. You got that. Hey, you got all the social media that you be on every single day. Get your butts on there on the Twitter.
I tell parents, the kids that I coach, the kids I come across, I tell parents all the time. If your kid is a high school football player and he's serious about playing college, he better have a Twitter account. He better have a Twitter account. If you're in high school student and you don't have a huddle, like my man Kurt said, if you don't have a huddle and you don't have a Twitter, you're slipping. You're slipping, man.
Your Facebook better be on fire. Your Facebook better be on fire. You better have connections in there.
I got a Twitter account. It's got
a lot of them youngins love their Instagram, but they won't mess with Facebook because they say it's for the old heads. But the old heads is where the coaches be at.
Hey, listen, exactly that and Twitter, man. Like even a lot of the coaches, man. One of the smartest things I've seen was a staff set up every single player's Twitter account, and it's ran by the staff.
Yeah.
And they make sure that they post every single highlight from every single kid on there. That's a lot of work, first and foremost. But two, for them to not even give kids an excuse. We're not even gonna give you an excuse. You got a Twitter. Now all you have to do, we're gonna post your highlights, but now you've got to send those out to colleges once, hey, start tagging all of the coaches that you like. Right. And they gave them a playbook. They gave them a literal sheet on, hey, every single week. They say, hey, look, this is the variety of schools in this area you need to hit. Man, look, so much game that we are giving you right now from Boy Sport right here. And y'all, hey, y'all need to be taking notes right now because it's a lot of game. Look, they say the game is to be sold but not told. But somehow we doing it so much in reverse. Once again,
we're gonna tell it. We're gonna tell it because there's so many people that won't inhale it. It's all good.
Wayne.
It's all good because we're gonna put it up to your nose, crack it, and let you smell it. It's gonna happen because there's so many ways to go about this game. And I hate to say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it since we're on the Unfinished Business Tour promo show. This is why I stopped doing my daytime show. I felt like I was beating a dead horse. You get through to one person, but it's like 500 to just blow right over their head. So again, when you get these opportunities, you get the information. You get these opportunities, you get this information. You better take it serious.
But it's crazy because guess what, right? And that both y'all know I'm not telling no lies, man. We've been on here since 8 o'clock giving out mad game, not just talking about events, not just talking, as they say, cash cows. Both of these things are free registration, free combine, free showcase game, free. And it's still going to be somebody that's going to say 2 weeks after each of the events we've talked about, man, I wish I had known about it.
Come on, don't hurt him like that.
Ain't nobody tell me my son would have went. Wait a minute. You see everything else I post on Facebook, but you didn't see me sitting on live for 2 hours?
Do you really want me? You really want me to drop the bomb on? I really don't want to do this, Kurt. But I'm put a picture of a naked woman on here. It go viral.
Here you go. I'm gonna start doing like a homeboy. Put the naked picture in there, and then have. Now that I got your attention,
right?
Right.
Right.
It's sad, but that's the case. If we was in here talking about somebody or great do somebody bad, it'd be Pat. But again, that's why we gotta continue to pour the information out and continue to provide resources for people, because the ones that do receive it get a chance to make the most of it. The ones that miss it, it goes back to that old statement. I'm gonna say it, but if it don't apply, let it fly. But if it's true, let it stick to you.
That's it. Like my grandma used to say, you throw a rock at a pack of dogs, only a hit dog gonna holler.
Right. Boys, look. He gonna walk away from this joint like them boys is cutting up in there.
Listen, man, but it's real though. All night long, man. Like for real though, man. All night long, the information that we've been able to give out, the opportunities we've been able to give out in issue. Like Kurt said, with the camp series. Come on, man. Come on. What more opportunity do you need? Like he said, you got parents, and we all know them. You got parents. Again, like I said, man, I wish I had known. I wish I had started earlier. Or why my son ain't getting no offers? Well, how many camps you been to? Or well, the camps are so far away. Wait a minute. What you mean? It was 3 hours away. That's 3 hours away. But you drive 2 hours away to go to the club in D.C. You'll drive 3 hours away to go to the Atlantic City and gamble. What you mean 2 hours away, 3 hours away?
Hey, look, and I'm not gonna say it to put no hurt on nobody, but you talk about something that's if it is a fee, it's $125 or lower. When it's $500 and fly by night, you run to it like TD Jakes or something.
Man, listen, I don't even. Man, please don't get on. Go, man, listen. Go. Can you
I mean,
go back to Camp Columbia?
I'm not bagging on nobody.
Flyer?
I'm not bagging on nobody. I'm not pulling up on nobody. Everybody got their own angle. Some is 501c3, some LLC, some privately funded. However you go about it, that's fine. It's about getting the information to the kids and the communities that what matters. But the thing about this is, because there's so many people that come from so many different ways and so many different angles, there has to be one of them. It has to be one of them that fits and suits you. All we saying is take advantage of it. Do your homework. Know what you're getting into, and you can see the benefits of it. Because I guarantee you, if you go back and do the research or hit Battleground on Google, the man goes back 4, 5, 6, 7 years. Some of these PPP loans just popped up 2 months ago, and you don't know nothing about them. Do your homework.
And you tell me,
I say something like that, they're ready to flag me, so I'm gonna stop before I get put in Facebook.
Listen, Kurt, listen. You know, hey, I'm out on bond right now.
That's what,
I ain't gonna hold you, Sean. I'm out on bond right now. Don't tell my Facebook. I'm out on bond right now. Listen, bro, for real though, it's crazy because a lot of people don't understand, right? Some of these colleges, COVID hit them and affected them too. So if I'm a college football program and I really don't want to take any extra money out of the budget and out of our scholarship money and whatever our boosters is to send scouts from here to there, I see events like this where it's K through 11. Oh, I can just go to this event and see all the talent I want to see from within a 5-7 state radius. I don't have to go state to state if I'm a college recruiter now. Oh, they got all the way up to 11th grade. Cool. I can go catch some classes of 26, 25 while I'm at this event.
Right.
Now I don't got to go to North Carolina, South Carolina, Atlanta. I don't have to go. They all coming here. I'm going to just go to this event.
I got a question. Can I talk about something real quick? If we've got time.
Oh, we got time.
All right. So let's talk about the recruiting landscape in college football. And the only reason why I want to bring this up, because I think a lot of people have it misconstrued, and there's a lot of things that apply to certain programs. All right,
come on.
Dion came out and was like, Dion has his version. He's like a 40-20-10 or whatever, however he explained it, where he's not taking a lot of high school kids. And the landscape of recruiting has changed because of Corona, one, because that's what started everything. Corona started everything, then the transfer portal, all kind of hit roughly at about the same time. So now we're at a point where you got a lot of kids graduating and a lot of kids got that dream, but they ain't got nowhere to go. For the bigger college, once again, bigger colleges like Georgia, all the top tier major colleges, they are going to the majority of those colleges are still going to recruit high school kids for the simple fact of they don't have those issues such as the losing school or lower tier schools.
Correct.
So if your school is losing and you need, hey, you're going to hit the portal. You're going to hit the portal hard. In Dion's situation, he was, hey, look, he hit the portal hard because he was changing the culture.
Correct.
That, hey, absolutely, you should do that. But there's still going to be a lot of opportunities for at HBCUs, still at a lot of HBCUs, still a lot of opportunities at lower tier, mid-major D1s, and D2s, D3s. But the biggest thing that's going to be the major winner, and it's a good and a bad thing, are the JUCO. Because you're going to get, you're getting a lot of kids that probably would have got that D3 look, D2 look. Now, guess what? Because everything is down, and it's a domino effect.
Down effect.
So now what we're seeing is a lot of JUCOs are popping up. So once again, you got to do your due diligence, like Wayne says, and you got to check out these colleges. But it's not a bad thing. Everybody develops at different paces. And then the good thing about junior college, you go 2 years or 3 years, you should come out with your associate's degree.
There's a lot of last chance universities right about now.
Fact.
Absolutely.
It may be a show on Netflix, but it's a lot of last chance universities.
Fact.
Because because in the midst of those kids who didn't get recruited, didn't quite have their grades right, maybe they had a baby while they was in high school, whatever adversity they may faced it. Now they may have been leery about going to college and playing ball. So let me go to a community college or a JUCO and see if I can keep up first, and then they'll test up. And once their grades go up, now you can transfer and go up. So again, this is an opportunity where the transfer portal benefits them, and it's not so much a hindrance because now that second crop is going in with film, video, and opportunities like everyone has been provided, that you have to take advantage of every opportunity. There's degrees to exposure. That term is used very loosely, just like the word elite. Please do not use.
Don't even get me started on that.
People use the word elite, and bruh, you wouldn't know elite if it ran up on you. But exposure has various levels. And what you have to do is understand that in the midst of your journey and your travel, the most important thing you could ever have outside of your grades in order is relationships.
Fact.
100%. So don't ever turn your nose up at a D3 offer because you was pressed to go to a D1. You'd be surprised.
Don't say pressed because you thought you was good enough to go to D1 because that's what somebody been lying and telling you all your damn life.
Look, I'm gonna trip you out.
We could go another hour and a half on this joint.
We had a discussion this Wednesday with one of my former players, me and another coach, and I made a post really congratulating the kids that are playing D1 ball that came out of our area. And he was like, it came down to, well, we didn't get that information and nobody was telling us, and that's a lie. Now he graduated probably about 6, 7 years ago, maybe 8 at the most, but still the internet was the internet we know it today. We had all of these things. We had the huddle, we had the YouTube, we had the thing. Even let's say 12 years ago, the first highlight tapes were all on YouTube, and everybody was putting their stuff on YouTube before Huddle came out. So it wasn't like the information was there, and I was even on board, and I was trying to tell people, yo, this is how you need to do it, but nobody, a lot of people would fall on deaf ears. And before I could say it, my coach, the other coach came in and was like, nah, I told y'all about this school, and this school, but all y'all thought y'all was D1. And I told y'all wasn't, but y'all ain't want to listen.
I'm waiting to see when they gonna catch on and realize. And I told the kids this. I told a couple of our kids this, and I'm waiting to see when they're gonna pick up on this. Why wouldn't you build those relationships with those D3s in case you don't get a D2? If you get a D2, great. Then you build a relationship with the D2s in case you don't get a D1. You build a relationship with whoever wants a relationship. Whoever wants to deal with you, you build that relationship with them. So that way, if don't nothing else happen, you still have this relationship. You're sitting here. It's like that dude that thinks he's cute in school, so he blow all the average girls off because he's chasing that prom queen.
Hey, look here.
And
Hey,
then
look
he
at
gets
here,
to
bro.
prom. Hold on. And then he gets to prom. And when he gets to prom, he sees the prom queen walk in with another dude. So now he tries to turn around and go get a dance with the other girl, but it's too late because she's dancing with another nigga.
Yeah.
That's what some of these kids are like with these D1s, D2s, and D3s,
Hey,
bro.
Maybe I should go ahead and debut the shirt here, but the idea just popped into my head. Don't let your ego and your pride tell you D1 and you end up D none.
D none.
Don't be a D1.
It'll have you listen. It'll have you fill out the case. Have you fill out the application at MSU, Mama Sofa University.
Oh God! Oh, there you go.
Whole lot of
we
MSU.
About to get in trouble. See, Curtis
man.
about to get us in trouble.
Listen, man. I told you I'm on probation. I told you I'm on Facebook probation. I warned you. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, like for real, man. I really think I'm with Curtis on that, man. Like kids gotta understand, not just the kids, the parents too. Take what you can get because what you think you are isn't always what you are. So take when it comes to that college, take what you can get. Take what you can get. If all you can get is a JUCO, take it. If all you can get is a D3, take it. Take what you can get until you get what you want. It's just that simple.
But he said that earlier. He said the biggest problem we have is we have not only, and I wouldn't say it's just the culture, but as people in general, we hate being tested. But the funny part about it is you aren't honest with your own self-evaluation.
Facts.
So the test is necessary because if you're not sincere about your own self-evaluations, how can you be truthful about where you belong? Let's get down a bit now. I know we can go on for an hour and a half, and I can play some gospel in the background and turn up. But Kurt, I want to give you an opportunity to let the people give people your contact information. So if they're interested in any of the great things that's coming out of Battleground and Catch 22, because I know we want to talk a little bit about that August event. Because I think Samson, I might have to add that to the list. I'll take one for the team, and we gotta make that trip.
Look, the August event, the August event, man, is gonna be, man, Border Bowl. E-Flyer is not up yet, man, but they'll be up on by April the 1st. We're gonna have a lot of content floating on April the 1st, because goodness, this Battleground content gonna go. Hey, got a video, fire video for that. We just got a lot of content coming out on April the 1st, man, for Camp Savannah. And once again, man, hey, Border Bowl, CYFA. If anybody's seen any video from the CYFA over the last 2 years, the Coastal Youth Football Association, the Exposure League that I run, man, listen, it's just all about, just trying to grow the community of football in our area and give some exposure and some positive light to what we're doing here in the Coastal Empire and Low Country area. But that Border Bowl is going to be something, man. We didn't do anything last year, but this year will be year 12 of the Border Bowl. And man, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
And the Border Bowl is because it's actually the border between Georgia and Florida.
Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina, because Savannah kind of border is 2 hours from from Florida and 10 minutes from South Carolina. But anybody can get it. Hey, look, anybody can come and get this work now. Wherever you at, you come to Savannah, Georgia, and get this work. Promise you, it's teams that want to. Hey, they want some smoke. They want to They want them pads. They want to hear them pads clacking.
Hey, bro, we gotta get you back on here, and we talk that talk a little more extensively, man. I appreciate you taking the time to come on. Also, I need you give love to my sister Kia and the fam.
You already know I will, man.
Always gotta give love, man. Always gotta give love, man. I think we may have to take one. I think I might have to take one for the team and make that trip in August, though. I think Samson needs to see some of that low country football.
Hey, look, Wayne, you know I keep the bag ready. All I gotta do is throw it in the whip. Throw it in the whip. Hey, babe, I'll be back. I'm going with Wayne and them. I'll be back.
Bet, man. Look, we might have to get both of y'all in here.
Hey,
we'll make it happen. We'll make it make sense. But again, it's always a pleasure to have you on.
Facts.
And to be honest with you, bruh, half the time you pop up with the battleground quickies, man, I'm like, ain't no point in me going live. He said what I wanted to say. Like, he stole my ass.
Love it, bro.
Man, listen, I just be trying to give that information, push it out as quick as possible because I be on the run.
But you know what? I love it because that's where the spirit generated from. And that's why it's so easy for me to take what you do and just share it. Because anything you don't say, Samson said. If Samson don't say it, Clinton said it. The voice sports is the spirit. That NVO mentality is real.
He stay in the car, man. I thought he was an Uber driver. I'm like, who is this Uber? My football. I said, he stay in the damn car. Wayne said, that's my man Curtis from Battleground. I said, how's the Battleground? The nigga stay on wheels. He stay in the car.
Because I be working, bro.
Man, look. On the regular, bro. On the
man,
movie.
Listen. I don't sit still.
Man.
I'm always somewhere. Listen, Wayne done told y'all before, Samson, if you ain't never heard this from Wayne, when I go silent, it's because I'm in the lab working. And I always pop out with something fire.
Right. Facts, bro. Hey, man, it was good having you on here, man. We really appreciate you sliding through, bringing the battleground information. Again, another platform offering great things, great gems to the kids, from the youth up to the high school, man. We really appreciate it, bro.
Man, thank you, man. Thank y'all, fellas. Hey, anybody that wants to know anything and contact me, all y'all got to do is go on Battleground Youth All-Star Game on any platform. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and what's the other one? This one, TikTok. Everything. We've got and it's all at Battleground Youth All-Star Game.
YAG, Battleground YAG.
That's it. All you gotta do is send a message and we'll get back with you.
There it is.
There
man,
you go.
Be good, Blair.
Be easy, bro.
All right, fellas.
My man. Wow, Samson, come on, bro.
Listen, bro. Another fire show. It's what we do, man. It's what we listen. Another. Hey, in my DJ Khaled voice, another one.
Hey, I'll take one from the Ohio player. Another banger.
Another banger, bro. Another show on a Sunday afternoon. Everybody's at home relaxing, bro. We hit the 2-hour mark because the energy was so dope. The information was so dope. I see my sister in the comments. It was lit, bro. The information, the opportunities, the things that was offered tonight from Double H and his crew to my man Curtis in the Battleground, like from Mid-Atlantic to Battleground, all up and down the East Coast, the opportunities is there, bro. We got an event coming to the DMV, Wayne, a free high school event, a free high school showcase accompanied by a free high school combine.
Right.
Right here in the DMV, bro.
Hey, and the scariest part about all of it is people not listening.
They gotta listen.
We come to bring you a voice because we're gonna view our youth consistently everywhere. We're gonna tell you what's going on, and if we can tell you better, we will. We can show you better, we will. The only thing you can do to hurt yourself is not listen.
That's it, man.
Hey, look, now watch this. How about we double up and hit him over the head tomorrow night with True Talent?
Listen, folks. Listen. We working. It's about listen. April is around the. Don't see it?
Right there. It's right there.
It's right there.
It's right there by them. Yeah.
The corner, bro. The tour's about to jump off, bro. Atlantic City, here we come.
What?
We coming.
On, man.
Easter
you still
Sunday.
got Showtime.
Atlantic City, here we come.
Tennessee, Nashville.
Tennessee, twice. We're going to dance in Tennessee twice. Listen,
oh, my gosh.
Tomorrow night, make sure y'all come back and tap back in tomorrow night. We back tomorrow night with my man, the Creole Kid himself, my man Rusty Noel. Rusty Noel coming to us from the booth. Listen, make sure you tap in tomorrow so we can talk about True Talent Showcase event that's getting ready to hop off in Nashville, Tennessee. We're going to talk about that tomorrow, man. Make sure y'all tap in, dog.
Lock into my man, Local Locker Room. Find out more about the Local Locker Room crew, Voice Sports, and all the great shows we provide on the page. VOYCE Sports, all one word, is what we do. And we're going to continue to bring great stuff to you. Y'all have a good night. We see y'all tomorrow.
I'm out.